It was nearing Halloween on the island of Sodor. Bertie the bus had defeated the ghost of a rogue semi-truck, a legend 54 years ago. As the engines went about their work getting ready for the Halloween celebrations, it seemed to some of the road vehicles that the ghostly encounter with the semi-truck was only just the start of something much bigger. 2 days before Halloween, Bertie was making his last stop for the evening. He was about to depart with the last of the passengers when he saw in the distance an old-looking car staring ominously at the bus. It roared its engine into life before vanishing into the darkness. It better not be another one of those ghosts. The driver was right. Bertie dropped off the last of the passengers and ran back to the depot as fast as his wheels would carry him. Thank goodness, but Bertie wasn't too convinced about what he saw in the darkness of the roads. The very car was lurking in the shadows, waiting to strike at any given moment. Suddenly a flash appeared out of nowhere, and the car vanished into the night. Great work. We'll get to the bottom of this. Joey rushed back to the police station. There, Lenny was there waiting. Anything unusual on your patrol tonight? No, not necessarily, although there was a car that appeared to be very well ominous. Lenny knew what that meant. Could it be another ghost? Not certain, but I have a good feeling that Bertie will have to defend the roads like he did just some time ago. Both police engines had to agree that they had to prepare for what was to come next. At the bus depot, Bertie couldn't stop thinking about what he saw. It brought back horrid memories from dealing with the ghostly dual truck. Now, of all things, another ghost, and just before Halloween. Bertie closed his eyes and drifted into an unwelcoming sleep. The next morning, the autumn air was crisper than ever before, cooler than ever it was in recent days, and the time now is anyway, Bertie was making his usual stops on his bus route when he saw Terence looking pale as a fucking ghost. Oh dearie me, Terence, what on earth happened? Bertie explained his encounter to Terence. Oh dear, we'll have to keep on our wheels with this ghost. And caterpillar tracks, I might add. Oh, ha ha! Both bus and tractor made their separate ways. Word did spread amongst the other road vehicles and soon got the attention of Sir Topham Hatt. The station master walked into his office. So you say there's another ghost, but that doesn't make any sense. That monstrous truck was destroyed, and now you're saying another road ghost? I thought that silver shoehorn was more than enough to deal with on our hands. I am afraid so, Sir Topham. This ghost is of a possessed car. Thanks to Joey, who was on patrol last night, he can confirm that he saw the very same ghost matching the description. Sir Topham Hatt was stern. I will notify everyone at the sheds. Meantime, keep the passengers preoccupied till I get back. Sir Topham Hatt drove as fast as possible to Railgate, where he did see Joey. Joey, I was just told of your findings from your patrol last night. Yes, you're correct, sir. The vehicle or spirit of said vehicle is that of a 1958 Plymouth Fury, that possessed by the demon of its previous owners themselves wreaked havoc in 1983. And I thought the Down the Mine pilot wreaked havoc. Unrelated, sir, but what it's related to the issue is that this ghost car crossed paths with Bertie. If we can't stop this car, I am afraid Halloween will have to be postponed. I understand. Thank you. I will talk to the engines at the sheds at once. Understood, sir, but please note this. This is an ongoing investigation, and what I just told you is all I can tell you at this time till the investigation is complete. Duly noted. And Inspector Joey left to continue the investigation as Sir Topham thought he remembered something. I wonder if... But I don't know. I really don't know. Sir Topham went home, and that night, as he slept, he couldn't help but think about the recent events with the ghost truck and the spirit of the Plymouth Fury. I must find a way to stop this. I must. Sir Topham went to sleep. As he did, he felt that the ghostly Plymouth Fury was watching. The next morning, it was colder than usual. There was frost on the tracks, and even on the roadways. Bertie was getting ready for his first run of the day when Joey puffed next to the bus. Morning, Inspector. Bertie, as you know, there is yet another ghost roaming Sodor. I would advise extreme caution on your evening runs. This ghost is, well, like the one you defeated is well legendary. Understood, Inspector. Take care, and be careful. Joey popped away as Bertie motored towards Elsbridge. Along the way, he felt a deep chill in his radiator. The driver took notice. I feel the same thing. We should be ready, as Joey said to us. Bertie felt a bit confident, but still was on his wheels about the whole situation. That evening, Terence the tractor was plowing in his field and about to call it a night when he thought he saw a flash of red fly over the hill and far away. No, the teledrivers didn't come to play. They died. Anyways, the car zoomed by the tunnel and vanished into the darkness. What the hell was that? Must have been the ghost car that was spotted recently. We should best get some rest. Hopefully it doesn't pop out into the field. Terence crawled into his shed and went to sleep. He didn't realize, however, that Christine wasn't finished with her destiny yet. The next day was cold. Terence motored into town when he suddenly saw all sorts of confusion. Windows were shattered, people were getting hospital treatment on site, and tire marks were all over the field. To make matters worse, Trevor the traction engine was laying on his side in a ditch not too far from the roadway. What happened to you? That ghost car did this, collided at high speed into my side now. I'll have to go to the works. Bertie won't like this. And indeed, Terence was right. Bertie was mortified. We have to do something. We can't let this ghost get away with its crimes. We need more information. Just then a police officer arrived who turned out to be the brother of the constable who many years ago gave Thomas and his crew grief on the line headed up to Anofa Quarry. Ah, good morning. And what's going on here? We were just discussing about the recent events that have taken place on the island. Trevor got toppled over. Debris is everywhere, and I was just conducting my investigation into the case. Turns out it was in fact the ghost car behind all of the damaging appearances she has done. The car is a 1958 Plymouth Fury. While a popular car back in its day, its backstory was tragic and, well, saddening, to say the least. Everyone listened in. But unfortunately, I must be back on patrol. Take care, and be safe. Damn it! Should have gotten the information. Just then Edward arrived. Ah, chaps, how are you doing? Very fine, but we're about to be told the story of the ghost car. You mean Christine? The others listened in. I will fill you in the rest of the details, but way back in the 50s, Roland D. LeBay ordered a custom-built 1958 Plymouth Fury to be built to specification. However, strange things happened upon arrival to the assembly line. It crushed a worker to death. It's been said she was possessed by the devil himself. It was under the ownership of LeBay for 21 years, till in the autumn of 1978, Arnie Cunningham acquired the vehicle. Despite Christine's condition being a decaying, barely operable wreck well past her prime. Yes, he had his shortcomings and other adventures, but Christine fell in love with Arnie. Strange, I know. However, one night during an altercation, Arnie was under Christine's possession. Christine crashed, and Arnie went through the windshield, a large shot of the glass penetrating his stomach and chest. Christine made one last attempt at a standoff only for her to be distracted. Thanks to teamwork and dedication, Christine was crushed by a bulldozer, and then her remains were taken to a scrapyard where they could do no harm. But it's said that Christine herself rematerialized herself back to her old form, and is since a ghost roaming the roads far and wide, seeking for the one responsible for her demise. Everyone was silent. Wait a minute. You said bulldozer, right? Yes, Bertie, what did you have in mind? We can use Byron to crush that ghost back to where it came from. Yes, Terence, but Byron is helping Ned and Oliver on the Little Western. Reach out to Miss Jenny. See what Byron advises. After all, Terence, you too have caterpillar tracks. Edward popped away as Farmer Finney phoned for fuck's sakes as Miss Jenny wasn't available. But her voice message was so suggestive that I can't even explain it. Draw to your own conclusions. Audrey is pissed anyway. After the 95th time and so much time wasted, later a workman answered the telephone. Hello, yes, who's this? Is Miss Jenny available? No, she isn't. I will call you back. Goodbye. No, wait. We need to speak to Byron. Oh, why did you say so? Byron was soon put on the line. Hello? Can I help you? As you know, Byron, we're dealing with a crisis situation. This ghost car, Christine, has... Well, Terence, since you and I have Caterpillar trucks, you have the advantage, as I'm currently on the Little Western. So, here's what the plan is. Listen carefully. You don't have much time. Byron explained everything. Once he was finished, everyone knew what they had to do. Be careful up there. And, don't mind the noise. You don't want to know. Anyways, good luck tame that double. The phone call ended and Bertie set a plan in motion. If we lower a trap, Christine will come to us. We'll ambush her when we least expect it. Then, Terence, you will do all you can to, well, finish the job. I'm a lot lighter than Byron, that's the thing. Adjustments have been made, so now you can flatten Christine like she was yesterday's news. Thank you, Farmer Finney. We must stop Christine, no matter the cost. Sir Topham was deeply concerned. Halloween is near. This, I feel, will be a long, long night. Halloween arrived. All trick-or-treaters were told to remain within arm's reach of their parents, guardians, and Foster's home for imaginary friends. Anyways, Bertie got his last of his passengers dropped off at the bus depot before heading to meet up with Terence. As Bertie was making his way through the darkness, he heard a familiar, ghostly horn. Oh shit, it's Christine. Christine appeared through the darkness, her headlights fixated on Bertie. I know you are in pain. That bulldozer did what he must. You have a choice. Move on and rest, or face your end the hard way. If I did it to a monstrous semi-truck, I could do the same thing to you. Christine charged at Bertie, not before Caroline banged into the side of Christine, toppling her over her side. The chase was immense all over the island. Bertie zigged, Christine zagged, till finally a long stretch of road laid ahead. Come on, Terence, come on. Bertie roared through the silent night. As Christine followed, then it happened. For Sodor! Bertie turned around just as Terence came up from behind and crunch! Don't mess with my friends. Christine's spirit, like all those years ago, was crushed. The terrors of the road were finally no more. At last. Great teamwork. Now I need a rest. I don't need to go to the pub. As everyone had to laugh the following day, once the Halloween celebrations concluded for another year, Sir Topham came to the bus depot to congratulate everyone. The case of Christine is finally over. Her spirit should now move on into the afterlife. Well done, Bertie, Terence, and all of you. You all deserved high praise for defeating a villain like no other. Sir Topham turned and walked away. Bertie and Terence both knew they did a very valuable thing for Sodor. The remains of Christine were no more after that. The spirit of what was left of it had finally moved on. The body of Christine's ghost was scrapped at Cronc's scrapyard. Bertie is now even more thankful to have defended the island of Sodor from 2 road vehicles with legendary tails that have since been defeated. Farmer Finney was enjoying multiple pins at the pub as Terence, Bertie, even the entire bus depot received overhauls and new coats of paint. Byron was relieved to hear that the matter was over as he reflected on the memory of his old friend's heroic actions in 1983. However, as Halloween did come to an end, the island of Sodor would very soon have to deal with the wrath of another ghost engine, one that Hero knew all too well back on his old railway. But that's a story for another day.